How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
We're back at Bishop Dwenger High School in between games here, and Eric is, our videographer, is rounding up an interview or two, I believe. He always does a really good job. And I think he's found Taya Andrews, so you better get your Andrews questions ready to go, Bob.
Yeah, she's coming over here, Kenny, so...
And she may be a smidgen emotional. Pretty big night for senior girls. We'll get the numbers dialed up here. And she's going to get the headphones up, wired in here. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Wonderful ball game, young lady. Congratulations. The only thing I'm sad about is you're a senior. We ain't going to be able to watch you much anymore. You're really been fun to watch. You're going to be playing basketball in New York, I believe.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I decided a couple of weeks before the holiday tournament that I was going to be playing in Rochester, New York from my uncle. He was a former coach at the University of St. Francis, and it's his first year at Roberts Wesleyan this year. And when I went out to visit, it felt like a perfect place for me. The teammates were great, and it just felt like a great school for me to get my education at.
Terrific. You know, I was just telling Bob, you got God, you got family, you got the world by the tail right now. You're going to a great school with family. I don't know how I could get any better, Bob. What do you think?
Oh, no, it's fantastic, and you're very composed, but I know it's very tough on senior day. You had 27 points, only 4 since the first quarter, but you really took off. What sort of changed the second half that you just played so well in that third and fourth quarter?
The second half, we had to come together as a team and pull through if we wanted to win this game. As a senior, I took leadership and tried to, just start directing things on the offensive end. And hopefully by me doing that, my other teammates would continue to contribute.
Well, you had a great year. I know Southside, their job was to slow you and Ellen Ross down, and they played great defense, and you still scored 27.
Yeah.
I know this is emotional. Is it a little different than you thought it would be? I knew you knew this would be the last game, but you probably don't know what's going to happen until it's over in the emotions. Is that right?
Yeah. This was just another game to me. We still have sectionals to go, and I feel like we've grown a lot as a team over the season, so we should be a big competitor in sectionals. I'm just looking forward to that.
You guys have had as good a year as Bishop Dwenger's had in years past, and as you mentioned, and Kenny and I have said, with the sectionals starting, anything can happen. You guys got to be one of the favorites, and if you keep playing as well as you guys can, the sky's the limit for you.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I think you guys got a great draw. We're going to be there Wednesday night, so excuse me. Yeah, you have another good game. Maybe we can get you back over and talk to you again. So.
We enjoyed watching you all year. You play great as your teammates do. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun, and we hope to get to watch a lot in the tournament.
Thank you.
And good luck in college.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Wonderful, wonderful ball game. Big second half. Senior leadership. She put them on her shoulders and got 23.
Very well spoken. I was a little surprised, Kenny. She's not emotional, and when you're a good ball player, you have to keep your emotions in check, even though it's hard. And she sure has the right mindset, doesn't she?
Yeah, and she's got a bright future in front of her. Whether it's all basketball through college or just education, I wish every kid had life set up like she does. That's a great thing for her. Let's take another 2-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about something. We always find something to do in between games here. You're listening to Redeemer Radio at 106.3 FM, WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 50 years with offices in 3 convenient locations. Look for the location nearest you. Dr. John Pritchard is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon with 20 years of experience with OME and can assist you with the best treatment plan for your knee or shoulder pain. Dr. John Pritchard is looking forward to meeting you and helping with all orthopedic needs. Call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or visit the web at www.orthone.com.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires, as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just to fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Redeemer Radio gladly thanks Dr. Mark Stoner, a St. Jude parishioner, for underwriting a portion of our programming. Dr. Mark Stoner offers comprehensive dentistry for every family member. Dr. Stoner is now accepting new patients at his new location, 9830 Auburn Road. For more information on services for all dental needs, Dr. Stoner can be found on the web at markstonerdds.com or reached by phone at 260-484-4181.
This is Jason Schiffley, principal of Bishop Dwenger High School. Students enter our school as children and emerge as adults, prepared to go out into the world with the tools necessary to become citizens of two worlds. Our enriched curriculum focuses on academics, service to the community, and participation in extracurricular activities, all while building on the foundation of our Catholic faith. Tuffy, our saintly mascot, reminds us that we are all called to be saints. Call us at 260-496-4700 or visit us online at bishopdwenger.com to find out how you can become a Dwenger saint.
We're back at Bishop Dwenger High School in between games. The Southside Archers and the Bishop Dwenger Saints. The guys are on the floor warming up. We've still got about 15 minutes to go before starting lineups are written off. So I'd like to talk about girls sectional play a little bit. Bob and I are blessed to be able to go to both sites this year. The first game we're going to do is Bishop Luers and Belmont. That'll be Tuesday night with a 6 o'clock tip-off time. That comes from Norwell down in Ossian, Indiana. So we have a little bit of travel, but no big deal. I checked the Weather Channel. It's supposed to be good.
Dwenger, I think, Dwenger played Belmont. That's right. I don't think Luers has played them, but Dwenger did play Belmont earlier in the year, and I'm thinking Dwenger beat them. So that might bode well for...
I got my cheat notes right here. I would say
wow.
They beat them 83-28.
Of course, part of the thing with the last couple of years and not making excuses, Belmont is an excellent volleyball program every year, and a lot of times Belmont have girls that played volleyball so early in the year, and that's when they played them. Sometimes they don't have those girls ready to play, but if Dwenger can clobber Belmont, that's at least a good sign for Bishop Luers, but you still have to play the game on the floor.
Absolutely, and we've seen teams, and I'll go back to it, we talk about a lot the last 2 years. A certain team that was 5-13 last year went on a roll and ended up 14-13 and got to semi-state. And we're looking at them right now at the Bishop Dwenger St. Men. So you never know when a team, it all clicks and they start going, going strong. And if Luers wins that ball game, then they'll be playing Mississinawa on Friday. And then the championship game is on Saturday. So they got a pretty good path to get into the championship side of the sectional there. They will, Heritage, Norwell, and Columbia City are all in that same sectional. And we just watched Luers and Norwell play a very close ball game over at the campus of Bishop Luers High School. So I think Luers can beat them, but they're going to have to change a couple things. What was it, about a 5-point ball game by the end it was all over with? But there was a stretch where the 13-0 run in about 1 minute and 2 seconds or something. It's crazy. Norwell just got on fire, and Coach Pixley was smart enough to call timeout and got that stop. But if he could have had that, cut that in half, the Saints win the ball game. So.
And Kenny, it looks like with your schedule or your roster that they're the only two programs with a winning record in the sectional. But again, Bishop Luers and Norwell, that's possibly a championship game, but you can't get ahead of yourselves. You still got a lot of basketball to play, and but Norwell and Bishop Luers on Norwell's home floor, and they're both the Knights, so that'll be an interesting ball game right there.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at calling those teams. We got a lot of Knights in the area. But the Garrett sectional is one we talked to Taya Andrews about just a little bit. Dwenger drew Garrett on their home floor. Now Garrett's 12-8, but Garrett does not play the same challenging schedule that the Bishop Dwenger Saints do. And Dwenger has been playing very, very well this year. I expect them to get to at least the next round. I think they're going to beat Garrett. They're going to probably run into the Leo Lions, who they, I believe, have played this year just recently, as recent as, Tuesday night. And they beat them 54-47 at Leo.
So that bodes well for Bishop Dwenger, if you can beat a very good team on their home floor. Leo is always well coached by Kerry Chappelle. They've always had good teams in the past, and so if Dwenger does have to play Leo, that would be a very tough ball game. Again, Garrett's a well-coached team on their home floor, so that'll be that could be two good ball games, and who knows what will happen. Concordia is always a good ball club too, so whoever wins that sectional, it's going to be a lot of good teams.
We're going to broadcast the Tuesday night game with Bishop Luers in Belmont. That's going to be a 6 p.m. start, so you can dial us up at about 5:55. And then the Dwenger-Garrett matchup is the second game of the night. It's scheduled for 7:30, and we know how doubleheaders go. Sometimes they get them going at 7:30, sometimes it's quarter to 8. So stick with us. We will be there on Wednesday night, and then we'll make some decisions on who wins and what the best matchups are, and we'll bring you a game, hopefully a game Friday and a game Saturday.
And it's a good problem to have with two good teams. We hope we get to broadcast our teams for a long time, and Dwenger and Luers have had real good years. So that would be very good. And again, Kenny, yes, this team's favored or that team's favored, but as we always say, you throw records out because once the sectionals come, there's a lot of pressure. Some teams, as you mentioned, Bishop Dwenger, the best example. Who would have ever thought the last couple of years in the boys they'd have made it to semi-state? But you work hard, well coached, do what the coach wants, get better every week, and that's what happens.
Well, I got to confess that a couple of years ago, I scheduled a vacation during regional, and they made it all the way through regional. So thank God Eric Pete was somewhere close to fill my small shoes here, and he did a great job, and I was able to come back for the semi-state game. So
I remember
do that trick again.
I remember a long time ago, Concordia won like 3 games in the regular season of the boys and made it all the way to the regionals and only won 3 games. So the team that gets hot, when it's a 1-game loser go home, anything can happen, and it always does when tournament time comes.
Now, if and when Luers and or Dwenger win their sectional, they will go to regionals in Columbia City, which is a short drive, so you need to drive out there and support either or. And there's a possibility if they both win, they do not play each other early in the day. We got to look at the brackets. Eric actually found them for us, and there's an outside possibility, and I'm way in front of my headlights, Tracy, I know, but there's an outside possibility that they can play each other for the championship of the region. So let's hope a lot, but let's take it one game at a time. Tuesday night and Wednesday night, Bob and I will be bringing you first round sectional action, and then we're going to go from there. 8:38 on the clock. The boys are on the floor, Bob, and the Southside Archers having a sneaky good season, the boys are. They are sitting on 10-6 halfway through their year. And Mike Novell, who's been there 6 years now, 42-78, his record, and I don't see him over here, as a matter of fact. I was just going
and he used to coach at North Side in the old days, and then he switched over to South Side.
Yep, he is actually from the Chicagoland area, coached up there for a long time, and then moved to Fort Wayne, bringing a up-tempo, no-defense style of basketball. He is 302 and 394 in his 30th year of coaching basketball. And I don't see him there because he normally coaches these right wingtips.
And I looked over to see if he was talking to Coach Kostoff, but he isn't. I'm looking at Southside, their assistant coaches, and I'm not real familiar with them. There's a Milton Pruitt, George Wimmuster, and Joel Boucher. So I don't really know who any of those coaches are, and maybe they're coaching tonight. I don't see Coach Novell here. And
I hope he's okay. I hope he's just, maybe a little under the weather, what have you. Nothing bad, because it's fun to watch Coach Mike, who's been doing it a long time. He's got a team that's 10-6 this year. They've won the last 3 out of 4. They beat Canterbury, Concordia, and Indianapolis Broad Ripple. Broad Ripple is a pretty good club, although they're 2A. And then they dropped one to Carroll just at the beginning of this week, 65-49. So 10-6 on the season on the Southside Archers. They are, let's see, they're 2-3 in the conference. And far and away, they got the highest numbers as far as offensive average and defensive averages. They score 74, they give up 75. So they don't mind getting up and down the floor and jacking it up early in the offense. On the other side of the floor, the Bishop Dwenger Saints, I think, are starting to get it figured out again for the third year in a row. And I'm going to blame football a little bit. The Saints do so well in football, it takes these guys a little while to get back into basketball mode. The Saints started out 1-5 this year, and then they went on a 3-game winning streak, lost 2, won 2, lost 1, and won 1. So they won the last 3 out of 4. They beat Wayne 56-41. They beat Belmont 81-45. Lost to Lures, a game Bob and I broadcast 69-61. That was a great game just last Friday night. Then they beat Blackhawk by 9, 68-59. Puts them 7-8 on the season. And if I remember last year, it was like 5-13 when they got into sectional play. So I think they're getting it figured out a little bit earlier this year. They got some good size. They don't have quite the outside shooting they had last year at Hartman and Christensen, last year, but they've got some guys that are getting it done for them. It's 17th year at the school, Coach Matt is. 211 up and 160 down, so he knows how to teach them to finish ball games, and we're really looking forward to this matchup tonight with the Southside Archers.
Sam Royal, Kenny, is averaging 15.5 points for Bishop Dwenger, and for Southside, I'm looking, they're averaging almost 74 points a game, and a couple of guys to watch. Austin Boucher, one of the best players in the area, and I think a lot of people are going to start taking an interest in him. 6'2 sophomore, he's one of the leading scorers in the entire area. Austin Boucher averages almost 25 points a game, and Prejean Didier averages 18 points a game, and he's 6'2", and the man in the middle is Dion Palmer, and he's the one size for Southside, 6'6 senior, and he gets 8 rebounds a game. So with Bishop Dwenger not having a lot of size, they're going to have trouble trying to, I think, guard a 6'6 gentleman tonight.
Well, it'll be interesting because David O'Daniel's been showing flashes of brilliance and then flashes of not so brilliance. He stands 6'8", strong body, good upper body strength, and we'll see just how he fares up. Although he's not going to be in the starting lineup tonight, as Bob slides it toward me here. Sam Royal is going to be one of the starters. Campbell Donovan, who was starting to learn to shoot from the outside very well. He's a junior, stands 6 foot. Amon Clark, who really put the Saints on his back last time we were here. Usually the shortest player on the floor at about 5'8", but he's got the biggest heart of anybody. Austin Burns, he stands 6'1", and Mark Corson, the senior, going to get the start tonight for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. He stands at 6'5". So.
Armand Clark had 15 points against Lures. Sam Royal had 16, and Campbell Donovan had 15 points.
Looking at the the Summit Athletic Conference, both of these teams are kind of mired in the middle. Southside's at 2 and 3 in the conference, and Dwenger is at 1 and 4. And they have both lost their last matchup. Carroll leads the pack. Carroll and Homestead, the two newcomers, unfortunately, at 5-0 in the conference currently. Northside, who've won the last 2 or 3 years, are setting at 3-2, along with Snyder and Lures. Snyder's probably the most disappointing team, I would think, in the area. They're sitting on an 8-5 record. Got a lot of good personnel, though, and just haven't gelled quite yet. But again, it's halfway through the year. Snyder also had a late football season. So
Snyder lost to Concordia last week, and Homestead surprised Northside. So Northside and Snyder were 2 of the favorites, and they both have 2 losses. So you can see how strong the SAC is this year.
Yeah, Bishop Lures is tied for third at 3 and 2 with North and Snyder. Southside 2 and 3, Concordia 2 and 3. Dwenger 1 and 4. They'd like to get that one off the board tonight. Northwood stands at 1 and 4, and Wayne, who normally has a pretty good ball club, struggling this year in the conference with an 0 for that 0 and 5 at this point. Got the starters for the Southside Archers, Bob?
Yes, for Southside, Markaylin Hairston, number 2, 5'7" sophomore. Dennis Johnson, number 5, 6 foot junior. KJ King, senior, 6'2". He's one of the steal leaders in the area. And I guess Prejean Didier, 6'2" sophomore. And Dion Palmer, 6'6" senior. What's interesting, one of the best players in the entire area, Austin Boucher, is not starting. So I don't know if he's sick or hurt, but as mentioned, he's one of the leading scorers in the entire area, and he's not starting tonight. So we'll see what happens with that. Boucher's not in the lineup, and we don't see their head coach, so we'll try to figure out things, Kenny, once they come back out and see what happens. But if Boucher's healthy, you know he'll be in the lineup sometime fairly soon.
Well, let's take about a 1-minute break, and we'll come back with the start of this ball game. They've got the clock stopped at 3 minutes, and we'll see if we can time it all for you. You're listening to 106.3 FM, WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne. Hey, welcome home.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your entire body. And on the field or court, you want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
Want low mortgage payments? With mortgage rates still near historic lows, now may be the right time to purchase the home of your dreams or refinance your current one. This is Dan Fivecoat from First Federal Bank. I will work with you one-on-one to find the perfect financing solution for you. After all, we're better together. Contact me, Dan Fivecoat, at 260-489-4621 or visit us on the web at first-fed.com for more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back at Bishop Dwenger High School. And Bob had just observing that Boucher's not in the starting lineup, but he is on the floor. Matter of fact, he just dunked one, so he looks pretty healthy. And thank God they got their unis on, but they got their names on the back of their warm-up, so we can figure out who's who out there. So the Southside Archers look athletic. They're tall, and the Bishop Dwenger Saints have not come to the floor yet. And Bob is going to sneak off and take a break here and check on the coaching status of the Southside Arch, find out where Coach Novell might be. So, other side, and here come the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and the clock is now moving, 2:55 and counting. Got the referees across the floor, and unfortunately, Bob and I don't recognize any one of the three. Hopefully, they're not quite as picky about the ticky-tack fouls as we had earlier. We had kind of a foul fest, and you can make the case that the Bishop Dwenger Saints might have got homered at home a little bit. You look at the disparity of free throws. Southside didn't make a lot early, but they made a lot of them when they counted. So it would have been a different ball game if Southside would have missed a few more balls, and the Saints had a few more to shoot back then. So hopefully this crew is not quite as finicky about fouls.
Kenny, I was talking to the scorekeeper of the Southside Archers. You and I were right. Their head coach is not here. He had knee surgery today. So we hope that was very successful. And the head coach tonight will be Milton Pruitt. So Southside, this far into the season, they're a good ball club. They know what they need to do. So even though the head coach is not here, you know there was a game plan set. He set the game plan. Southside's got a good ball club, so not too much will change. And again, Deion Palmer, 6'6" senior, you got to watch out for him on the boards. Didier's the 6'2" sophomore, he's a real good scorer, and also Boucher. But as we watch the girls, you know Southside's going to press all over the floor, and Dwenger sometimes hasn't done a good job against the press either. So if you can handle the press, and Southside, they're going to try to turn this into a track meet, and Dwenger sure doesn't want that, do they?
No, they certainly don't, because if you don't play that style all the time, it's a little tough to adjust on the fly like that. Although it is an exciting style to watch. It was fun to play when you're young and you got that much energy. And Southside does it very well. One of the best games you and I have ever covered was the Southside and Lures. And South didn't decide to press till the fourth quarter, and boy, did the place explode. That was a fun game. Now you need to go talk to Milton and ask him where those white wingtips are. I really miss those. I think it's the fellow in the blue shirt here.
What I know, Coach Novell, he used to always wear those white shoes.
Yeah,
so everybody remembers him. Coached at Northside, good coach. Hope he's listening tonight. Good luck on your surgery, and hope you come back soon, Coach.
That's trouble. I got a referee. I know who that is. That's Sean Shear, the New Haven girls basketball coach.
Okay. Good.
I got a
I remember watching their games. Watch him coach. You're exactly right.
I just was talking while you were checking on the coaching status, that I don't recognize any one of those three. He walks over and says, "Hi, Kenny." Oh, boy.
Well, we were saying
that's the guy we better not pick on because he could get me back.
Austin Bouchard averages 25 points a game, so with him out of the starting lineup, someone's going to have to pick up the scoring for Southside.
Well, if you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communication sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mrs. Mary Briscoe and the Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sport broadcast possible. If you need commercial dental care, you call Dr. Briscoe at 486-9950. That's 486-9950. And Redeemer Radio, we have one travel sponsor, and that's H&L Electric. Specializing in commercial electric needs for the business community, H&L Electric can handle the smallest to largest projects for your business. Call Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. That's 260-357-0123.
What's interesting in Southside starting lineup, Kenny, it's almost 4 guards again. Hairston's 5'7", Johnson 6 foot, King 6'2", Didier 6'2", and Palmer 6'6". So Bishop Dwenger will be in a little better shape when they go with their small lineup. Clark's 5'8", Burns is 6'1", Donovan's 6 foot, Royal's 6'1", and Corson at 6'5" is going to have to do a real good job on the board because Palmer's one of the leading rebounders in the area, and he looks like pretty good size for Southside tonight.
And the starting lineup for the Bishop Dwenger Saints getting ready to be introduced. Wayne TV is on the floor. The place is getting ready to explode.
And the boys, the cheering section's ready tonight. They're ready to bust loose.
Sam Royal is going to be the first one introduced. Number 10. Stands 6'1", he's a senior. You can hear Pete in the background. Campbell Donovan, the running mate at guard. He's a 6 foot even junior. Be wearing number 14 tonight. Third guard in the offense, Amon Clark. He stands 5'8", and he is quick as anybody in the city. Austin Burns, solid 6'1" swing player. He's a senior, wearing number 32. And Mark Corson gets the start, gets the nod, the 6'5" senior for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Coach Matt Kostoff leading the charge with the guys. Alex Kellix, John Carr, and Bill Diddy are all assistant coaches on the crew.
Sam Royal averaging 15.5 points a game. Dwenger's going to be small up front. Mark Corson, the biggest at 6'5". Dwenger's been having trouble trying to find a big man to play consistently, but Bishop Dwenger got good shooters. Kenny, they just got to handle the ball. They got to handle the press, cut down the turnovers, get good shots, and again, you don't want to run with Southside. Southside wants to get up and down the floor, pressure the basketball. Dwenger can handle the press and get good shots. And they also, Campbell Donovan likes to shoot the three. Conlon Martin's a good three-point shooter. Sam Royal, if they're hitting the outside shot, Dwenger will be in all these games.
Help support your Catholic parish or school and help support yourself in the process with Notre Dame's Federal Credit Union Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-260-6611 or visit them online at ndelevate.com to learn more. The tip is up, controlled by the Southside Archers, and we're off and running. It's Harrison with the basketball. Top of the key picked up by Burns on a man-to-man.
Dwenger's in his zone.
Swing it to the left side. Yes, they are. Well, it looked like a man-to-man right off the
That's what I thought also at first.
Thanks for covering for me. I just missed it. And down to the baseline, shot blocked very nicely this time by Burns. He takes the basketball away, gets to Clark. Clark goes right through everybody, puts it up. It goes in, but I think they're going to call a foul on the floor.
This is what Armand Clark did against Bishop Luers. Armand Clark had 15 points, and 14 of them were in the second half. He used his speed. He's going to try to do that against Southside tonight.
Saints trigger it from underneath their own basket. He can't move. They get it into Corson to Burns. Burns at the top of the key to Clark. Back into the corner to Campbell Donovan. He flicks it to Clark. He gives it up to Royal. Back
Southside's
to
in their zone,
Donovan.
Kenny.
And everybody's throwing it around the shell, trying to see if anybody will flash. They are flashing to the spots they need to be, but the zone is moving good early here for the Southside Archers. And they've got a couple big ones out front, so they're going to try and cut off some of the passing lanes, especially to the interior. Royal out on the label. He gets to Donovan. Donovan tries to drive, no room. Clark, top of the key. Goes in between his legs, throws it to the corner to Royal. Royal says, I'll shoot over the
That's
top.
his shot. Sam Royal hits his first one. Look out for Sam. He hits that first shot.
Harrison zooms down the floor, hits the brakes, backs it up, wins it over the corner to Johnson. Johnson throws it out in between the circles to Didier. Didier floats to the
He's
right
a good
side,
shooter.
jacks up a three. It's no good. Rebound. Two Saints fought for it, lost it. The south side, they put it up. No good. So the boys are fighting for the rebound and lost control of it. Dennis Johnson ends up going to get to the free throw line, see a foul on the rebound.
That hurt Dwenger, Kenny, as you mentioned, because two of them had the rebound and they lost it. Johnson picked it up and got fouled.
Austin Burns guilty of the personal foul. But the first free throw, Dennis Johnson bricks it. I've used the word brick more than a bricklayer tonight.
Southside has two seniors in their lineup, so a little experience.
Brick number 2, tossed up there, no good. Rebound tipped around. Clark comes out of it.
Boy, he is quick, isn't he?
Puts it up and in.
Anybody watching play football know he's quick, but on the basketball floor, he's lightning also.
5-0, Saints. Basketball at the left wing. Trying to decide what to do. They throw it over the top, dump it onto the right corner. Spin, drive.
Oh, I thought that was pretty good defense by Corson.
Yeah, Corson got a hand on the basketball, but they're going to call a foul on the shot. It's going to go against Corson. That's the second team foul on the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And young Mr. Didier, the sophomore, 6'2" sophomore for Southside, steps up to the line.
Trajan Didier, one of the leading scorers also in the area. Trajan Didier is averaging almost 19 points a game, so he's already got 2, so you better slow him down if Dwenger wants to win tonight.
Have a coldie on me, bub. Royal takes the basketball out, gives it to Burns, back to Royal, over the timeline. They trap, over the top pass, nice one. Royal tripped over his own feet, and Campbell Donovan rescues the basketball, does a little acrobat on the sideline, saves it.
Nice fake by Sam Royal.
Royal puts it up, 17-footer, no good. Rebound south side. Boy, they get out and run here. Exactly right, Bob. They're trying to get through everybody. Blocked by Royal. A nice defensive play. As I think Trajan Didier went in there and Royal timed it just right and slapped it into the cheerleaders.
I wrote down the rebound, Kenny, and I looked up and Southside's already shooting it at the other end.
Long inbound pass comes to Johnson. Johnson dumps it off in the corner to Harrison. Harrison goes over the top of the key, flicks it over to Didier. He's high right side. Only buried it down in the corner. Double team comes.
Oh, too easy that time.
Nice play run by the Southside Archers. Dennis Johnson. Not the Boston Celtics Dennis Johnson, but our Dennis Johnson puts it up for 2. 5-4 your score.
Nice pass from Clark.
Corson down, went up in the air, had no place to go with it, came right back down, and that, of course, is your classic traveling call.
Dion Palmer, 6'6", and he sure looks every inch of 6'6", and he's an intimidating factor inside, and that gave Corson problems that time.
The Saints up by 1, 5-4, 5:21 here, first quarter action. Over the top, they break the press. Southside is having trouble deciding what to do with it. Well, he jacks up a 3. That's what to do with it.
It's going to be a foul probably on Bishop Dwenger.
Yep. Southside had inside rebounding position. Palmer did. And Sam Royal was up and underneath him. And Palmer fell kind of on Royal, but they didn't collide too hard, so nobody hurt there.
That's already 3 fouls on Dwenger, and we haven't played 3 minutes yet.
South triggers the basketball in deep to Didier. Didier takes a pick from Palmer, bounce passes over to Harrison. Harrison quickly.
Oh, beautiful pass it again.
Harrison Johnson hanging out on the baseline, and he got lost by the defense of Bishop Dwenger. So after a 5-0 start at 6-5, Southside with a 1-point lead. Burns to Donovan. Donovan out to Royal. Royal, nobody guards him. He puts it up. Rebound goes long.
Good hustle by Campbell Donovan.
Campbell Donovan gets it. They try it for Royal again. Royal back down the low to Corson. Royal, he's going to jack up a 3. It's on line this time. This one's a little bit short. Rebound pulled out of there by K.J. King of Southside. He still got the basketball. About got it picked from the backside. Ends up getting it down low. Spin move, puts it up. No good. Rebound up.
What a move.
No good again. And twice Dean Palmer missed point blank bunnies.
Dwenger's going to have to make a substitution. It looks like they're going to bring in Ryan Berghoff because they're not boxing Dion Palmer out at all, and that's too easy. If he does that all game, Dwenger's going to have a long game here.
Corson have a seat, and Berghoff checks in. He's a 6'4 senior. And that may be the way they combat the inside play, get 3 of the bigs and share their minutes so they're as fresh as they possibly can be. Clark Bounce pass to Donovan. Donovan back to Clark, left wing. Clark gets inside the arc, gets his pocket pick. Here comes Southside. Boy, they have numbers. And,
boy, they're quick.
Bucket.
They are quick.
Easy bucket counted for Trajan Didier.
He already has 4 points.
Campbell Donovan triggers it to Berghoff. Berghoff finds South. They get it down
Nice
low.
move.
Up and no good by Burns.
You got to have those in a game like this. You got to make those bunnies.
Southside's Palmer comes down with a rebound. Get it in the offensive end of the floor quick. They don't mess around. Didier with the rock to get it over to Harrison. Harrison behind the back, doesn't move. Fool Clark, who has to give it up. Palmer's way outside the arc, kind of a funny place for him, as big as he is. Harrison kicks it over to Johnson, left wing. Harrison out in between the circles. Tries to take pick, has to circle the wagons, pick up his dribble. Somebody will go get him. They just leave him standing. Let somebody come and get the basketball. Didier throws it. Burns almost stole it. Picked up by Southside. Shot.
Nice rebound by the smallest guy, Clark.
Clark timed it well, but threw his pass way over the top. Burns has to hustle to go get it. Tries to go baseline. And a foul called against Southside's Dennis Johnson. And here comes number 4, Austin Boucher. The young man you said keep an eye on. One of the better players in the city of Fort Wayne. He is going to go in for Dennis Johnson.
24.5 points a game, Kenny. So you know he's a ball player. You put him with Didier. Both of them, they score together about 40 points a game. That's a great 1-2 combo.
Colin Martin checked in the lineup for Bishop Dwenger. Austin Burns going to have a seat. So lineup is good. Ball's into play. Clark with the basketball in the corner. Over the top in between the circle. That slings it out to Martin. Martin looked for somebody to take a cut. Nobody does, so they're going to, everybody moves around. Hands it off to Donovan. Donovan loads up a 3. It's on the way. Count it.
Good job. Good shot by Campbell.
And cherry pick it is. They throw a baseball pass. Southside down, and they miss the bunny again. Here comes Bishop Dwenger. The bounce pass.
Oh, good defense by Southside. They got athletes. There's no doubt about that.
35-foot bounce pass. Got that good look for Clark, though. That was a solid pass. Got through everybody. And that was a block from the backside, Bob. Boy, they had a fool.
KG King, he's only a sophomore, 6'2", but he's sure athletic. He went up and got that one.
Campbell Donovan with the basketball. They're trying to take it away from him. He gets the Royal Royals going to drive the baseline, kick it into the crowd.
Good defense by South again. And Dwenger, three fouls and 3 turnovers. They got to watch the turnovers a little.
So Southside with the basketball. Boucher dumps it down low and almost stolen. Ryan Berghoff's going to be guilty of the personal foul.
Dwenger's getting a little foul trouble because we haven't played 6 minutes and they already got 4 fouls.
Berghoff's first to the ball game. And I think I identified my referee friend wrong. Tried to throw it into Boucher. He loses control of it. Easy call for the Zebras on the corner. It's going to go to Bishop Dwenger. Quick lineup change again for Southside.
Coach Milton Pruitt didn't like something, Kenny. He sure made, as you said, a quick change there.
Courtney Schroeder was in for about 15 seconds, coming right back out. Clark over the timeline beats the press relatively easy. The press wasn't too aggressive that time, but they were going to certainly take the cheap turnover. They could get it.
Dwenger's got a lot of shooters on the outside.
Martin tried to split the defense. They had him in the corner, trapped, and the ball got slapped out of bounds. So the Saints are going to retain possession of the rock. 2-10. Sky's score is tied at 8.
Dwenger has 3 baskets, but 2 of them are threes.
Clark gives it over to Donovan. Donovan comes out, hands it off to Royal, finds Martin. He finds Clark. We're still on the outside of the arc. They dump down in the corner to Donovan. Donovan finds Clark, right wing. And back to Donovan.
Beautiful looking shot by Campbell Donovan. He's already got 6, and Dwenger's got 11 all of a sudden.
Southside gets the ball in the offensive end of the floor very, very quickly. Drives into the lane and put it up and in.
Boy, was that a good
Harrison. Timeout.
That was a quick one.
Saints. Well, our first quarter is brought to you by Iceman Property Management. That's a local company that offers owner services for residential properties from a single home to large complexes. If you're a property owner needing a full-time maintenance staff to care for your property, or you just need to find a rental home, Iceman Property Management, they are here to help. Contact Iceman Property Management on the web at 456rent.com or 456-RENT. That works out to be 456-7360. 26-8.
Bishop Dwenger has 4 baskets, and so does Southside, but the difference is Dwenger has 3 threes, and Southside has 4 normal baskets. So Southside and Dwenger, very interesting ball game. Again, the pressure of Southside, Dwenger already has 3 turnovers. Southside only has 1. Dwenger has fouled 4 times. Southside has fouled 3. You got to be strong with the basketball on both teams here.
And the Saints have the basketball. They called timeout and they have the rock, so no changes in the lineup. But I noticed Clark gets it over in the corner to Donovan. Clark back to Donovan.
He thought about it.
Clark over to Royal. Back to number 14, Donovan. Over in the corner, Martin's going to launch the 3. Oh, that's got way too long. Rebound tipped around. Southside comes out of it. Harrison with the rock. He has to give it up quickly to King. King goes all the way to the corner, dumps it off to Boucher. Boucher finds Didier. Didier with a long 3, count it.
That's why he's one of the better shooters in the area. He's already got 5 points, and he sure loves that 3.
Clark with the basketball out in between the circles. Gives to Campbell Donovan. Back to Clark. Clark's going to drive. Dish through in the corner. Back around to Shell. Royal had an open look. Didier came out and he kind of made Sam change his mind on the shot. He backs up, resets, gives it to Donovan. Donovan.
Nice pass to Martin.
Inside. Martin's down in amongst the trees.
You got to have those.
He had the look. He just didn't finish. Get it to Harrison. Harrison stripped, and the foul on the play going to go against Amon Clark.
We're going to say it the whole night, Kenny, but boy, does Southside go from defense to offense quickly.
Jack Pentenberg going to check into the lineup for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Going to give Clark a break. It's only his first foul of the ball game, but he's been working hard. He needs a breather at 28.1 here left in quarter number 1.
You got to watch number 30, Deion Palmer, inside.
So they kick it to him outside, and they're going to throw it around the shell. Get to Boucher in the corner. One dribble, puts it up, rattles around.
That's what he does.
Shooters bounce. It's 2 pieces of iron, bounces straight up and then down through. 16-11, 5-point lead for the Southside Archers. Saints have a little trouble getting it over the timeline. They do. Finally, and they get it to Pettenberg. Pettenberg finds Martin. Martin to Donovan. Donovan down low to Berghoff. Cross-court pass. 3 on the way. The rebound goes to Southside.
Southside's getting every rebound.
And that is the end of the quarter. 16-11. Your first quarter score. Southside up by 5. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll break your quarter number 2. You're listening to WRDF 106.3 FM, Fort Wayne, Columbia City.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 50 years with offices in 3 convenient locations. Look for the location nearest you. Dr. John Pritchard is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon with 20 years of experience with OME and can assist you with the best treatment plan for your knee or shoulder pain. Dr. John Pritchard is looking forward to meeting you and helping with all orthopedic needs. Call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or visit the web at www.orthone.com.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
And we're back, basketball fans. Second quarter is brought to you by
Holy Cross College, proud to bring you tonight's second quarter of the exciting game. Holy Cross College is an affordable Catholic college offering a life-changing, life-affirming education and is closer than you think. It's just 2 hours away. Search for them on the web at Holy Cross College at Notre Dame, Indiana. Holy Cross College.
Bishop Dwenger with the first possession of the second half. Pettenberg gets the basketball over to Royal. He dumps it off to Donovan. Donovan 3. Ooh, wow. Wide right.
And no rebounding at all for Dwenger again.
Easy rebound for South Boucher with the basketball. He's going to take one from downtown. It rims out. Rebound, J.J. King puts it back up and in.
J.J. King is all over the boards. And again, Southside's dominating on the offensive rebounding.
Almost broke the press that time. Campbell Donovan split the defense, and he is hit by Courtney Shorter. He's back in the lineup for the Southside Archers.
6'3" sophomore, Kenny. They got pretty good size with Palmer at 6'6", Shorter at 6'3", and A lot of them are on their pogo sticks because they sure can jump. Everybody for Southside's athletic tonight.
Royal gives it up to Pettenberg, who finds Donovan, who flips it back to Pettenberg. Back to Donovan, back to Pettenberg. A little pitchy catch. Now they find Royal or Martin in the corner. They sling it around. A three open look for Donovan. It's no good. A rebound, King. Bounce pass to Shorter.
Boy, Dwenger's getting beat down the floor all the time.
Turnover. South side basket does not count. And we're going to change in the lineup for Bishop Dwenger. Zach Smithy checks in.
Dwenger's trying to find someone that can rebound, aren't they?
Yes, they certainly are. And right the minute, they got to get it over the timeline. Pettenberg does that. Puts Smithy in the corner. And
he's in big trouble. He's got almost 3 guys on him.
Get him. You're right. He was in big trouble. Smartly threw it off the leg of one of the Southside defenders to break the play up and save the possession.
Palmer might only be 6'6", but he sure got a wide wingspan. He's causing trouble on defense for Bishop Dwenger.
Conlon Martin pumps it into Pettenberg. Pettenberg over to Donovan. To Royal. Back to Donovan. Martin. Pettenberg. All this action is taken outside the arc. One step inside. They kick it back out. 3 on the way from the right corner. Runs around and goes in. So
they're going to live or die by the 3, and that was a good start by Conlon Martin.
18-14 your score. Pass. Oh, yeah, I do believe that the Saints just got a break. And Southside's going to take a 30-second break, so we will too. You are listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Whether you fly a plane through the clouds or bake cookies with your kids, we want to give you more time to do what you love. Hi, this is Lisa Stauffer from First Federal Bank. Our checking accounts with online and mobile banking options let you do just that. Whether you're in the air or on the ground, ask us how you can get up to $150 when you open a new checking account and take advantage of these banking options. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're in the second period here at Bishop Dwenger High School. 6:28 on the clock. And we've got a pretty good ball game. Southside 18, Bishop Dwenger 14. And I believe Bishop Dwenger will have the basketball on let's call it a homie call.
Dwenger has 5 baskets, and the threes are keeping him in the ball game. They have 4 threes. If they're shooting a lot from the outside. If they go in, they're going to be in good shape. If not, could be a long night.
They get it over the timeline. Pettenberg handling the rock. Gets it to the left side over to Donovan. Donovan's thinking of Royals, thinking about it back to Pettenberg. Down in the corner to Martin. Lazy pass, almost got picked off. Donovan got it. Pettenberg drives in, dishes out. Royal gets inside the arc. He's double teamed immediately. They throw it over the top. Martin drives.
Nice passing.
Kicks it back out. Royal, 3 on the way.
Good shot by Sam Royal. Nice pass from Conlon Martin.
So, 18-17 your score. And Austin Boucher handling the rock south side. There's a lazy pass, almost gets intercepted. And it does get mishandled by Shorter. And the Saints going to get the ball back with a chance to take the lead.
3 turnovers for Southside. Markalen Hairston's coming back in. He did a good job when he was out there for Southside, and they need him back in there.
Courtney Shorter going to have a seat. And the token pressure, they're waiting for him to get, that's going to be the half-court trap kind of thing. They get it over the timeline. Royal hustle, find somebody to release it to, and now they're going to fall back into their half-court defense. Pettenberg at the top of the key. Throws it to the left side to Donovan. Donovan to Royal. Royal's feeling it. Throws up.
Boy, that was a long shot, wasn't it? That was in the
right,
parking
easy
lot.
rebound again for Southside. Quickly, Harrison down the floor. Gets inside the lane. Too hard. And rebound. Dwenger comes out with a Campbell Donovan. Throws it forward to Pettenberg.
Nice teamwork. Nice teamwork. Good pass from Pettenberg to Campbell Donovan. He's got 8 points.
The baseball pass was tried. Slapped out of bounds by Pettenberg. They had Boucher streaking down the right side of the lane. And Pettenberg saw the pass and slapped it out of bounds.
Pettenberg has brought in a lot of energy. He's a 5'11 junior, but he's brought energy to Bishop Dwenger right now.
Saints up by 1, 19-18. Looking for another stop here, this time down the floor. Harrison with the basketball. Gets it to King. Back to Harrison. He's going to launch a 3. It's short. A rebound pulled out of there by Smithy. Smithy gets it to Royal. Royal, a little questionable dribble. 3 on the way.
Wow, when it rains, it pours. Good shot by Pettenberg.
Pettenberg with the shooter's bounce. Austin Boucher with a great head fake.
Oh, good
move. A guy cutting down the lane. Nice move by Sean Hall. Great feed by Boucher, and he's fouled on the play. So the enthusiasm by the crowd for Bishop Dwenger short-lived. The Southside hustles on the floor and gets a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Again, Southside is up and down. Bishop Dwenger's got to do a lot better job, but once Dwenger scores, they got to get their tail down the other end and play defense.
Free throw's good. Zach McGinnis is going to come into the lineup. He's going to give Campbell Donovan a break. Lamont Clark back in for Jack Pettenberg.
Donovan's got 8 points. Pettenberg, again, gave a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and Dwenger's playing as hard as they can right now.
The half-court trap didn't work. We got it through quickly. There's a 3 and away from Martin. Martin is a little long.
That's his shot.
It comes straight back at him, so he got it. They got another crack at it. Royal's going to drive in, puts it up. It rims around and falls.
Good hustle, Sam Royal. You could see he wanted to go inside. He took it right to the bigs of Southside there.
Southside immediately gets to Boucher. Boucher spin move, count it for 3.
Kenny, you cannot let that man open. He'll drain it every time.
Clark with the basketball. Oh, he just split the defense. He can go if he wants to. Finds it to Martin. Martin travels with the basketball. He drove all the way to the iron. Was greeted by a rather tall Leon Palmer at the time, so he decided to dish, which was the right move. But Martin traveled with the ball. Right in front of the TV cameras, too, so it's probably a giveaway. 24-23 your score. We're halfway through the second period.
They got to slow down Austin Boucher because he sure is a shooter. There's no doubt.
Clark just slapped it out of bounds. One of the silliest little passes I've seen Southside make. They just kind of lazily flipped it out there.
Didier had 7 points, but they've held him scoreless here in the second quarter.
Markalen Harrison with a rock over the timeline. It's to Boucher. Boucher back to Harrison. Plays it to the right side to Didier. Didier's going to take a pick to King. Gets inside the lane, kicks it back outside to Harrison. Harrison thinking about what he's going to do with it. Tries a fancy little one-handed pass that's deflected right back at him by McKenna. He hands it off to Boucher. Boucher.
Armand Clark's trying to stay with Boucher. That's an offensive foul. He pushed off.
Used that right or left forearm, and he used it way too far away from his body. You can get away with that when it's close to your chest and make a little bump, but you can't stick it out there like a right or a left jab and then shove it out there even further. They're going to call that every time.
Southside's going to bring their size back in. Deion Palmer, look for them to, on offense, to maybe go inside to Palmer.
The Saints with the basketball. The press backs up. They're still going to go that half-court trap to get Clark. Clark quickly dumps it down inside Harrison, tips it out of bounds. Saints retain possession of the rock. 3:24 on the clock, Bob, and the Saints are up by one.
Heck of a ball game, Kenny. And Southside, it's sure fun to watch the way Southside plays, but Dwenger's doing everything they can. Good outside shooting. It's just got to continue for the Saints to win this. Offensive foul on Dwenger, darn it.
And Royal drained the 3 when he did that. They're going to call illegal screen on Zach Smithy, which popped Royal free. So that's the 7th team foul on the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Second on Mr. Smithy. Non-shooting foul. We're going the other way. The Archers are down by 1, or our Saints are up by 1. Harrison with the basketball. Gets it to Boucher. No, he can shoot from there. High right wing. Clark's guarding him pretty closely, though. He gets double teamed, flips it over to Harrison. Harrison dumps it down low to Palmer. Palmer tries a baseline pass to King and slapped out of bounds. They're going to say Southside retains possession of the rock.
Good hustle by Conlon Martin. Pass on the baseline. He knocked it out of bounds.
Austin Burns comes into the lineup. He's going to spell Smithy.
Austin Burns always brings a lot of hustle.
Boucher to King. King fakes it, goes down the baseline, and a no-look pass behind the back, and nobody was looking because it went out of bounds.
A little too fancy that time.
Probably Deion Palmer, but nobody was ready for it. So the Saints get it back. Trigger it in quickly. McKenna gets it over to Clark. Clark, he just lost everybody. He's going to go in between the trees and puts it up, and it's way too hard.
Good hustle by Boucher, though.
To Royal to Clark. Clark going to have to do something with the big guy, and there's where size matters.
5'8" and 6'6" that time. Boy, are they down the end.
Harrison quickly, and it's up and in.
I'll tell you, they just get that ball out, and they're down the floor before you can blink.
They're out of bounds pass or their rebound. They're looking for somebody at half court, and they throw the baseball pass just about every time.
Oh, they didn't count the basket. I thought they did.
No basket. Harrison's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Foul is on Zach Smithy, his second of the ball game.
I'm not sure on that one. Are you, Kenny? I thought they scored a basket. But
well, they scored the basket, but they didn't count it. They said he got fouled on the floor. And the first free throw is no good. Here comes Campbell Donovan. He is going to go in for Sam Royal.
Southside, a little like the girls. Southside's taken 6 foul shots, and they've made 3.
24-23 still your score. Second free throw's up. It's no good. Rebound Martin for Bishop Dwenger. Gets it forward to Clark. Clark stop and go move. Gets
what a move.
And overshot it. Again, probably altered by Palmer. They try to get it down the floor quickly, and it's out of bounds the other direction.
We were worried about Dwenger and their turnovers. They only have 3, and Southside is 5. So Dwenger's did a good job on defense on the turnovers.
Lineup change for Southside. In comes Dennis Johnson, and out comes KJ King.
Dennis Johnson, 6-foot junior, another quick athlete for Southside.
Martin triggers it into Burns, back to Martin. He finds Smithy.
Dwenger better hurry
McKenna
here.
To Martin, ball's tipped and fought for in Austin Burns. Out hustles everybody. Gets it over the corner to Donovan Clark. Martin drives in the lane, puts it up.
Boy, if Dwenger could make a couple of those easy layups, they'd be in a little better shape here.
Palmer gets it forward quickly into the corner to Didier. Didier bounce passes to Palmer, who's hanging out on the baseline. They cut him off, so he throws it back out to Didier. Didier bounces it back to Palmer. Palmer wants to take it
wide open. Beautiful pass.
And it's missed, but offensive rebound. Dennis Johnson missed the first bunny. Must be working on his stats.
Yeah, you got to give him credit. He stayed with it. Oh, I thought that was a lazy pass that time.
Well, it kind of was, but they got away with it. They get it down the baseline, try to throw it down in the corner to Burns, and it's lost out of bounds.
Dwenger's getting in too big a hurry right now. They got a good game plan, move that ball around, but they got to slow down. The Southside wants to run, and they're starting to make Dwenger play faster than they want to.
133, 128, and counting. Southside up by 1, and they have the pumpkin in their hand. Harrison slowly whistles all away from the ball.
Armand Clark is holding Austin Boucher.
It sure was. Held him kind of like a defensive back, hand around the hip kind of thing, and he got caught.
Austin Boucher has 5 points. He had a 3 in the first quarter and a 2 here in the second quarter. And Clark's got 2 fouls. That'll hurt Dwenger.
Clark down, Pettenberg up. About a minute 20 to go. Pettenberg doing a good job. I think that won't hurt too bad here at the end of the quarter. Boucher makes his first free throw. 26-24. The Archers up by a pair. 1:20 on the clock, Bob, and we'll be close to halftime.
Dwenger staying right in there. They were down 16-11, and they're only down 3. So Dwenger's playing a lot better this quarter, but Southside's got a lot of weapons here.
Makes the second free throw, 27-24 your score. And
Kenny, they're making him go too fast.
Yep. They actually broke the press and got it into the offensive end of the floor, and then threw it into the popcorn machine. If you're familiar with Bishop Dwenger High School, there's one area that goes right into the concession stand. That's where the basketball disappears.
When you play somebody like Southside that runs, they're trying to go real fast, and Dwenger's starting to play their game, and that's not good.
Boucher, 3 from downtown.
Boy, you better guard him wherever he is. He's red hot again.
30-24. We're inside a minute, 56 seconds of counting.
He has 10 points, and he didn't even start.
Struggling to get over the timeline. They finally do. Barely. A couple of head fakes from Pennington. They get it over the corner. 3 on the way. And count it. That was Campbell Donovan.
He's got 11 points already.
Boucher brings the basketball over, kind of heading for that spot he just put it up in. Lazy pass over to Harrison. These guys are lazy passers.
Yes, that's one thing. You're exactly right. And they also telegraph him sometimes.
Harrison drives to the right side. He's cut off.
Wow.
Nice. Kind of a little give and go there. Wasn't much of a pick and roll. So
Johnson's got 8 points.
32-27. South by 5. We're at 15 seconds. Into the offensive end of the floor. Quickly a drive by the Saints. Put it up. No good. Foul on the play. It's Campbell Donovan. Foul to the lane.
Campbell's really playing a good ball game, Kenny. He's got 11 points. But what I like to see with Donovan and also Royal, they got to start driving to the basket. So that was real good on Campbell's part. 6 fouls on Southside, and Dwenger has 9.
9.5 on the clock. First free throw's up. Rattles around, pops out. So the score remains 32-27. With 9.5 on the clock.
When you're down 5 to an athletic team like this and you're shooting foul shots are going to be important, and as good a foul shooter as Campbell Donovan is, he's got to hit this one.
And he makes the second one, so it's a 4-point lead. Now I would think that the Southside Archers want to wait and get the last shot at the iron here. Harrison with the ball in the corner. Get it down on the baseline.
He went down hard.
Big time foul. He did go down hard.
Campbell Donovan's going to have to take it a little. He went down real hard that time.
And that was Dan Palmer and him got together, and yeah, he's took it in the hip, basically, where he landed, and Palmer kind of threw him down, kind of not, because Campbell had a good hand on the ball defensive-wise.
Palmer's a very aggressive player.
Free throw is up and good. So 33-28 with a half a second left. And we're gonna get him off the floor. I think he's hurt more than he's given up here. Campbell Donovan.
He's had a great first half.
With a little bit of a limp there.
12 points for Campbell.
He had a nice half. 33-28. Second free throw is on the way. And it's no good. Rebound. Baseball heave and misses the backboard. So we're at halftime. 33-28, your halftime score. And let's get, I think we might have 2, maybe 3 minutes worth of commercials to catch up on. We'll be back with our halftime show. You're listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Matthew F. Hatfield, a health insurance specialist for those aged 65 and older, and for those under age 65 receiving Social Security disability. Matt provides Medicare supplement plans, Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, Medicare Advantage plans, dental, vision, and hearing aid insurance plans, and long-term care insurance plans. For taking good care during the best years of your life, call Matthew F. Hatfield at 484-6606.
Redeemer Radio gladly thanks Dr. Mark Stoner, a St. Jude parishioner, for underwriting a portion of our programming. Dr. Mark Stoner offers comprehensive dentistry for every family member. Dr. Stoner is now accepting new patients at his new location, 9830 Auburn Road. For more information on services for all dental needs, Dr. Stoner can be found on the web at markstonerdds.com or reached by phone at 260-484-4181.
This is Jason Schiffley, principal of Bishop Dwenger High School. Students enter our school as children and emerge as adults, prepared to go out into the world with the tools necessary to become citizens of two worlds. Our enriched curriculum focuses on academics, service to the community, and participation in extracurricular activities, all while building on the foundation of our Catholic faith. Tuffy, our saintly mascot, reminds us that we are all called to be saints. Call us at 260-496-4700 or visit us online at bishopdwenger.com to find out how you can become a Dwenger saint.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your entire body. And on the field or court, you want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
Want low mortgage payments? With mortgage rates still near historic lows, now may be the right time to purchase the home of your dreams or refinance your current one. This is Dan Fivecoat from First Federal Bank. I will work with you one-on-one to find the perfect financing solution for you. After all, we're better together. Contact me, Dan Fivecoat, at 260-489-4621 or visit us on the web at first-fed.com for more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back, basketball fans. Halftime sponsor is historic St. Felix Catholic Center. It is open for retreats. Located in Huntington, Indiana on 30 scenic acres with plenty of recreational areas and serene, blessed Mother Grotto. St. Felix Catholic Center is a perfect location for a single day of prayer to overnight retreats. Former home of Venerable Solanas Casey. Come visit today. Plan your visit at ffcatholicCenter.com. 33-28, your halftime score. And Bob has put some numbers together, and I think he might have broke a pencil letter or two. That was a fast half.
It was a fast half. Kenny Southside had 16 in the first quarter, 17 in the second quarter. Dwenger only scored 11 in the first quarter, but they had 17 in the second quarter. Southside's Austin Boucher did not start. He's averaging 24 points a game, and he had 10 points in the ball game. Trajan Didier, who's averaging 18 points a game, they've held him to 7. But Dennis Johnson, a 6-foot junior, number 5, has 8 points, and they're just so athletic. And again, we keep saying the same thing, but when that ball is either rebounded or Dwenger scores, Southside is down on the other end as fast as any team I've seen in the area all year. I know we've not seen all these teams, but I'll tell you, if there's a quicker team from end line to end line to Southside, I would like to see them. And I bet their practices with a lot of running they do and pressing, these guys got to be in shape. And he's playing 8-9 kids. Southside's just very impressive right now.
Well, what they're doing, I think, is releasing 2 kids on the shot. And if it goes in, they just step out of bounds and throw a baseball pass. Or if they get the rebound, they do the same thing. They release them about half court. And away they go. And they're very good at it, and they're very practiced at it. So it's an interesting basketball style, and that's the way Mike Govell has coached for a while. And Milton Pruitt is doing a good job keeping those guys in that same mode. So 33-28 is your score. And you know, if you can hear this game, we'd like to thank our communication sponsor. That's Dr. Todd and Mrs. Mary Briscoe and the Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sport broadcast possible. If you need emergency dental care, call Dr. Briscoe at 486-9950. That's 486-9950.
Kenny, what's interesting, out of Bishop Dwenger's 10 baskets, 7 of them are threes.
Wow.
So as we've said year in and year out, and every broadcast, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. Campbell Donovan himself has 3 of them. Sam Royal has 2. So it's good that they're making them, but they're not getting any rebounding when they do miss a shot. So the one thing they got to work on is rebounding. But as long as Dwenger can stay hot from the outside, and then Clark finally went inside, and so did Donovan. So if they could start driving a little more, this will really get even more interesting than it is right now.
Well, let's take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back to have Bob put his coach's hat on. You're listening to 106.3 FM.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice, and choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Sioka's Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Sioka's does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Sioka's. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com.
Spherion Staffing, locally owned by the Pentenberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial, clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placements. Spherion clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Spherion Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwenger Saints and the Lures Knights, both on the field and in the classroom. Whether you are seeking your next career move or searching for great employees, call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at spherion.com/FTWayne.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the Barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maplecrest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their 3rd generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
Welcome back, basketball fans. 33-28 your score. We got about 2 minutes to go before the 3rd period tips off, and it's time for the Bob Mers Coaches Minute. Who do you want to be first, Bob?
I'll take Southside since they got the lead. Kenny and assistant coach Milton Pruitt's doing a real good job. If I'm Southside, I don't change much. They did have more turnovers, and they had the same amount of turnovers as Bishop Dwenger. Southside's doing a good job. They're getting the ball out. They're running. Their defense, they're not making as many turnovers or force as many turnovers as I thought they would. But the big thing is they're making Bishop Dwenger play faster than they went to. I'm a little surprised they don't go inside to Mr. Palmer more. He's 6'6", but Didier and Austin Boucher and Dennis Johnson are doing a good job. I think Southside just keeps doing what they're doing and maybe push that ball a little more inside.
Well, there goes Coach Kostoff, and he hasn't got time for us, so we're going to make you Coach Kostoff. What do you change to make the kids play a little bit better?
I know they're making a lot of threes, but I don't think you're going to stay that hot the entire game. They got to do a lot better job, definitely on the rebounding, because when you shoot the long three, they're not getting any rebounding at all. They got to do a lot better job of rebounding. They got to try to play their game and don't play fast. I know that's easy to say. Southside's making them play faster than they want to. I don't mind them shooting the threes. They're getting good looks. I just don't know if you can win a game like this shooting threes the entire night.
Well, you got to be hot all night, or at least 2/3 of the night. That makes it tough. Third quarter getting ready to start, and our third quarter sponsor is the Hubcap Express. They are the expert in run flat tires and plus size fitment. Need your wheels straightened? Hubcap Express fixes bent wheels. For all your tire needs, visit Hubcap Express. They're located at 606 West Coliseum Boulevard, and they hang out on the World Wide Web too, and they're at hubcapexpress.com.
Campbell Donovan was running right in front of us, Kenny, so as you mentioned, he's going to be ready to play. Looks like they're back to their starting lineup. They are going to David McDaniel, O'Daniel, which surprised me. He hasn't played at all. 6'8", so they're going to try to see if he can help them on the rebounding end.
Maybe he's tonight's secret weapon. We'll find out. Southside has the ball in play. Harrison with the basketball. Crosses over, doesn't lose anybody, dumps it off to King. King back to Harrison. And coach is right in my way, so I can't see a whole heck of a lot. He gives it over to Boucher. Boucher guarded closely by Martin. Not going to let him get a good look this time. Cross court, ran away from Didier. Rattles it home.
That's the kid you got to watch also. That's his second three of the game, and he's a shooter. There's no doubt about it.
Southside's going to put on the press. It's going to be a three-quarter court trap. No, they're going to wait till they get over half court and then try and trap him. Clark zoomed in and got it quickly into Burns. Burns fake, up, short. Oh, the tip missed.
Burns stole it. Good defense.
And here's that baseball pass we're talking about to Harrison. Harrison's 1-on-4. He's going to take him on anyway. Throws up an ugly prayer.
No rebounding at all.
Backside of Palmer. The trailer on the play.
Dwenger all went to get the shooter, and the rebounder, Dion Palmer, was wide open.
Almost looked like a drawn-up play. Man, that was close. 38-30 the score. Clark gets his pocket pick, gets it right back. Hustles it over to Burns. Burns finds Martin in the corner. Martin thinks about it, says, "Knack," as Palmer come out to say hello. You're not shooting with a knee.
Dwenger's got to get organized again, Kenny. They're playing a little too wild.
Clark gets it inside. David O'Daniel picks up the garbage, puts it up, and he is fouled on the play. So it is getting a little bit ugly early, but the Saints come out of there with a two-shot foul. David O'Daniel step up to the free throw line, and the foul goes against Dion Palmer, his first of the ball game. First free throw is good. He's so tall and lanky, he can almost reach out and dunk it.
David O'Daniel's first points of the game, and Dwenger's got to handle the press and do a lot better job on the defensive rebounding.
I like his physical build for a basketball player. Second one is good.
That's real good form by O'Daniel.
It sure is. So South triggers it into Boucher. Token press by Austin Burns. Kind of trying to fake him into just giving it up. Doesn't work. Sort of.
Good hustle by Burns. He's all over the floor.
Pass. Got it back to Boucher. Boucher goes to the free throw line. Puts it up and in.
Kenny, he's just a pure shooter, isn't he?
Sure is. Sure is. We thought of the same thing. It is. He just looks good when he gets up there. Looks confident. Burns in the sideline, not good. Gets it back to Royal. Royal to Clark. Clark dumps it off in the corner to Martin. Martin drives the baseline, stop. Flings it up top to Key Royal.
That's Sam's shot.
Count it. 30,
that's his
35.
Third three of the game.
The Saints down by 5. Sam Donovan going to check in for the next timeout. Harrison with the basketball. Gets it over to Didier. Didier dribbles out in between the circles, tries to change direction. Royal stops him, so he has to give it up to Boucher. Boucher about 10 feet outside the arc. Goes baseline.
Pretty good defense by O'Daniel that time.
O'Daniel cut the baseline off, so they go around to Didier. Didier does the same thing, tries to get in there, and O'Daniel, he jumped into O'Daniel that time. He's going to get called for the foul. And those are, no, I don't think they're calling O'Daniel now. We'll see him place the numbers. Let's see. They're going to call that one Sam Royal.
And that's going to hurt. Sam has 11 points, and he's got 3 fouls now. Didier's 2 out of 2 from the foul line.
Trajan Didier makes the first one, but back to a 6-point spread.
Trajan Didier has 11 points.
Campbell Donovan has to tuck in the jersey shirt real quick.
He's averaging 18. He has 11.
No Southside Archers on the rebounding lane. That's how confident they are in Didier's free throw shooting. And it kind of shows he made the second one. So 35-42. And again, they're looking for the half-court trap as soon as the Saints get it over the half-court. But they passed it well. Burns drives late on the secondary.
Burns
break,
very aggressive. Dwenger needs Austin Burns' enthusiasm inside, and they're getting it right now.
Well, that secondary break they did. Bowser traveled with the basketball. Well, I don't talk to players much, but don't do that. He tried to look like he was the most innocent guy in jail. It was obvious. He picked it up and kind of bumbled around with it a little bit. I didn't do that. Yeah, you did. Dwenger, basketball, 5:09, 42-37. The Saints down by 5. Clark gets inside, dumps it off to somebody, and they roll it off their foot, get it to the top of the key. It's Donovan, Martin, left wing, Donovan, right wing, Martin, left wing. Taking the corner to Burns, back to Donovan. Clark. Clark's going to take the tallest guy on, gets it inside to O'Daniel.
Nice move by O'Daniel. He's come off the bench. Good move by Kostoff.
Again, they throw it quickly to half court. Get it in the offense right now. Pass.
Good hustle by Dwenger.
Yeah, that was Austin Burns got his hands on it, and Clark almost stole it. So that disrupts the offense of the Southside Archers. 42-39. 4:34, third period. Deep inbound pass to Bowser. Here's coach call play number 4. He's pointing to get people where they belong. Bowser comes over the timeline. Crossover dribble, tries to drive the lane, doesn't work, has to kick it out. They're going to reset the offense. Harrison with the basketball this time. He stopped.
Oh, nice pass by South.
Running the baseline. King tried to get it over to Palmer, and they mishandled it. It went out of bounds. Southside's going to retain possession of the ball.
David O'Daniel, 6'8" senior, has really made a key job out here. He's doing a real nice job.
Didier brings rain.
Wow, Kenny, that's hard to believe.
Bounced off the light, I think, and came back down. He really threw that one up there. 45-39. Timeout, Coach Kostoff. A 1-minute timeout. We're going to take a 1-minute break, too. You're listening to 106.3 FM, WRDS, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Not a second to spare. At First Federal Bank, we know that's how you feel when running your business. You need banking solutions that make the most of your precious time. We offer tailored solutions to help you manage your cash flow and services designed to streamline your paperwork, all with your time in mind. Call me, Tracy Bodan, at 260-432-0022 to learn how you can feel like you have a personal bookkeeper working for you around the clock, or visit first-fed.com. First Federal Bank, better together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tri-State Warehousing is one of the most complete service-oriented companies in the warehousing field today. Located in Fort Wayne, Tri-State Warehousing is a 50,000 square foot dry and temperature-controlled storage facility, serving 2/3 of the continental U.S. with overnight rail service. The dedicated staff and specialty services of Tri-State Warehousing are known throughout the industry. For great things in store, call Tri-State Warehousing, 260-436-2010. That's 260-436-2010.
Welcome back, basketball fans. That better? Yeah, very
Perfect.
Good. Turn these knobs up and down a little bit, and sometimes that works. 4:05 on the clock, 45-39, Southside up by 6. And the Saints with the basketball. Again, Southside's going to try and run a half-court trap. They badger the basketball until it gets over the timeline. Then they chase the guy into the corner if they can. Clark's doing a good job of not letting them do that. Get to Donovan.
Boy, is Campbell hot. That's his 4th 3 of the game.
45-42. And he has been finding the range from 3 the last 2 or 3 games that Bob and I have done for him.
He's got 15 points.
Down the lane. Crashes into somebody. Whistle stops play. And they deferred it to the outside referee, charging the call against the Southside Archers, Austin Boucher.
Austin Boucher's a heck of an offensive threat, but boy, when he's going to the basket, Kenny, there can be 3 guys there or nobody. I think he should have pulled up and taken a little jumper, but
the referee agrees with it because he called charging on him. So still haven't got it over the timeline yet. They get it to the big guy in the middle. That's exactly how you do that. O'Daniel.
He walked.
He walked through the basketball. O'Daniel made the right move to the right side of the lane and got it in the mid-post, then he walked it.
Sometimes when you give the ball to the big guy, you want him more inside where he doesn't have to worry too much about dribbling or moving too much.
Harrison down and Johnson up for Southside. Give it back to Boucher, let him bring it over the timeline again. Call on the play.
And Johnson was the one that did so well the first half. He has 8 points, and he's a key for Southside in the first half.
He's got it, and he slides it over to Boucher. Boucher gets the down low to Palmer. Palmer to the top of the key to Didier. Didier around Clark, stops, pops the 12-footer. Goes a little bit long, that was a little too close for him. Clark with a rebound. Didier stayed his ground. Clark had to stop and pull it up. Give it up to Donovan. Donovan long over the top pass over to Martin. Martin
a little too much.
And a little too much mustard on that one. Good idea though. Burns was wide open down the baseline. He'd have had an easy bunny if he could have got the pass to him.
Dwenger was down 5 at the half. They've cut it down to 3 here, and they just got to play a little better defense here on this end.
45-42 your score, 2:46. Southside has the basketball. Didier fades to the right just a little bit, and everybody kind of bumping into the coaching staff to get out of the way. Jackson now has the rock. He finds Boucher. Boucher 10 feet behind the arc. I swear it's that deep. My, oh my, that's at least 25, 26 foot.
I think his range is the parking lot. I'll tell you, he's averaging 24 points a game, and you shoot like that, you can see why.
He was comfortable. Get O'Daniel into the middle, swings it into the crowd.
Dwenger's got to slow down. They can't give the ball to the big guy too well because he just doesn't handle it against the press.
48-42 the score with 2:19 to go here in the third. And Southside has the rock. Going to bring it over the timeline. This is Michaela Stevens. Checked into the lineup. He gets it over to Boucher. Boucher runs it down to Palmer. Palmer just drives hard on O'Daniel and draws the foul. And O'Daniel probably needs to come out of there and get a little bit of a break. He's been struggling the last couple times down the floor on both ends.
And this is the most he's played for a while in one stretch. And you're exactly right, Kenny. Now, I can't believe that Palmer's shooting, but I guess.
So they're going to call the foul on Campbell Donovan.
Oh, I thought it was. Okay, I missed that one completely. I thought it was O'Daniel.
I did too. That's kind of why I called for the foul. Oh,
there's another foul on.
That one's on Burns.
You cannot foul a three-point shooter like that.
Didier unloaded quickly, and Burns, and they fouled him. There's no question about it. Tried to block or alter the shot, but he got there just a smidgen late.
15 points for Didier. He's 4 out of 5 from the foul line. Let's see what kind of arch he puts on this foul shot. Not too much.
The perfect arch. He goes right through. Makes the score 49-42. With 2:06 on the clock. Third period action here at Bishop Dwenger High School.
When you got two scorers like Boucher and Didier, you're going to have trouble. Those two gentlemen are averaging between them, Kenny. They get 42 points a game, and that's all that Dwenger has the whole game right now.
50-42, Sam Royal going to check into the lineup here, and he makes all 3 free throws. So Burns is going to come down. I think Burns is sporting a fresh haircut there. He looks a little more high and tight than he has in the past.
Didier has 18 and Boucher has 15.
So Daniel with the basketball is double teamed. Finds Martin. Martin gets to Royal. Royal bounce pass to Clark. Clark can drive the baseline. Everybody
nice pass.
Kicks it out to Donovan. He gets inside the arc. Shoots a 15-footer. Now there's your baseball pass. Deflected by Royal.
They caught on that one, didn't they?
Yeah, they have. And they do that fairly frequently. Release. They got 1 or 2 guys that they head to a certain spot on the floor. They just want the out of bouncer just turn and heave it. Stevens kicks it over to Didier. Didier
That's
Boucher.
trouble.
Boucher 3 on the way.
He missed one.
No good. Rebound south side. Palmer. And Palmer used his left hand. Got it too far out. Not good defense by O'Daniel, but a good call by the referee. You've got to keep that close to your body or you're going to get that call.
Palmer likes to use that chicken wing, doesn't he?
Well, a lot of guys do. And you get that chicken wing out there too far.
He's so athletic, you'd think he could just jump out of the gym without doing that.
Well, he could, but he didn't. So the Saints have the basketball down by 7. And the cross-court cross-court pass is tipped by King. So the Saints are going to retain possession right in front of the coaches.
I haven't seen a game where somebody like Dwenger, they're throwing that ball all over the court right now, but it's working.
Clark with the basketball. And the Archers are going to be content to let him dribble about 10 or 15 feet outside the arc. Get it close. Oh, nice entry pass.
Oh, nice move by
And he just got
They got to have that if you're Daniel.
Got under the iron too much. They again tried the baseball pass, and this time it was deflected by Campbell Donovan. And the Archers get a little bit frustrated because they just can't get their easy bunnies. Although they're up by 7 here with 1:11 to play. That play just hasn't worked. The Saints caught on and defending it quite well the last 2 times down the floor. Courtney Shorter to the basketball. Kicks it out to Stevens. Kale Stevens picks it up. Decides we're going to give it back Shorter. Back to Stevens. Got a dribble guarded by Donovan. Swings it over to Didier. Didier gets inside the arc. Kind of a no-look pass to Palmer. Palmer mishandles.
Good defense by
Royal.
Royal.
By Royal, yes sir. 51-44 your score. We're now within a minute. 51.3 seconds to go here, third period.
Southside scored 18 points this quarter. They had 16 in the first, 17 in the second, 18 here. Beautiful pass.
Easy play. Caught the flat-footed defense that time.
Didier's killing him right now.
Easy bucket for Didier. And again, they're going to that same half-court trap when they get it over. But the Saints did a nice job again of getting it in the offensive end of the floor. Now they got it trapped in the corner. Donovan tries to throw it off the south side leg. And timeout called by the Bishop Williams Saints to save a possession. 35.1 on the clock. And let's take a 30-second break. 106.3 FM is who you're listening to, WRDF, from the city, Fort Wayne.
We're all searching for answers, searching for meaning in our life. But the world and the culture give us empty solutions and empty promises. We know there is more to life because we're searching for the real truth and a real meaning. You can stop searching because you found Jesus Christ at His Catholic Church. Redeemer Radio. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Basketball fans, 35.1 on the clock, 53-44 your score, Southside up. And still a little bit of confusion on which players are supposed to go to 4 for Southside. Now the coach says, I got the guys who I want out there.
Trajan Didier, Kenny, what's interesting, he has 20 points, 7 in the first quarter. He did not score in the second quarter, and he's got 13 in the third quarter. That's why they're out to a 9-point lead.
Clark and Donovan playing a little pitch against. Austin Bowser goes out there and badgers Donovan to the point where Donovan gives him a dirty look. They try to fire it into O'Daniel right through his hands and into Stevens' hands. Okay, well, Stevens gives it up to Didier. Didier launches a 3. Hits the front.
Nice rebound. Southside's just killing Dwenger on the board.
Something you don't see every day. A guy just tips it back in. KJ King with the tip. Bang! Didier fouls Royal into backcourt. But how many times do you see that nowadays? You just don't see guys tip it. They grab it, come down with it, and try and dunk it and get fancy.
And he jumps so easy. Southside's just as athletic a team as you're going to find. And I know they've lost some games, but I'll tell you, it's going to take a good team to beat these guys.
Royal launches a 3 at the buzzer. No good. And that is the end of 3. 55-44 your score. Let's take a 1-minute break for 3 quarters, and we'll be back. WRDF 106.3 FM, Fort Wayne, Columbia City.
There's a new dining experience in Fort Wayne, just waiting to be discovered by sports fans everywhere. Newly remodeled, The Lodge, located in the Coyote Creek Golf Club, is open to the public, offering great daily lunch and dinner specials. Bring the family in to enjoy our spacious family room after the game. The Lodge is proud to support Bishop Dwenger and Bishop Luers football. Come celebrate the W's with their friendly staff. The Lodge is located at 4935 Hillegas Road. To save your table for after the game, call 260-203-3154.
Shawnee Construction and Engineering is proud to support tonight's game. We specialize in commercial and industrial construction and use unique life cycle principles to provide our clients the highest quality craftsmanship for the life of the project. Shawnee Construction and Engineering are partners with you for lifetime savings. We can be found at ShawneeConstruction.com or at 260-489-1234. That's 260-489-1234.
And welcome back, basketball fans. The Bishop Dwenger High School, 55-44 your score. We have 8 minutes left in regulation. And Joe Wharton playing a little bit of sappy music there in between quarters.
Kenny, we have a score. Carroll hangs on 52-47 over Snyder. They remain in first in the SAC, and they're undefeated in the SAC.
And Bishop Dwenger has
lazy pass by Dwenger.
Stolen by Harrison. Missed on the layup. Rebound missed. Tip missed. Rebound put back up Finally, they crashed the board and it paid off. KJ King with the bucket.
That's the best example all night. Dwenger's just getting killed on the boards, and Southside just relentless. Dwenger's not doing a very good job at all.
McKenna gets inside, kicks it outside to Donovan. Bang, three.
Boy, Campbell just red hot. That's unbelievable. Good shooting by Campbell.
47. They get it in the corner. Didier thinks about it, decides to go inside the lane, and charging the call, tried to run right over.
Daniel did a nice job there.
That is the 5th foul on the Archers, and I think only the 2nd foul of all game against Trajan Didier. Then a little bit of janitorial work on the floor.
Campbell Donovan has 22 points, and he has 5 threes. He's shooting Bishop Dwenger, his shooting's keeping him in the game. Dwenger's got to play a lot better on the defensive end if they can score here.
A little bit of contact, no call. They get it to Donovan in the corner.
That one was almost
out. In. Rebound pulled out of there by Palmer. Palmer gets it forward to Boucher. Boucher spins, dumps it off, traveling the call.
Kenny, does it look to you Southside's very athletic, but sometimes they're trying to do a little too much with the basketball?
Yeah, just a smidgen. Not a lot, but a smidgen. They're still up by 10, 57-47, but there's times where they're I've used this phrase 2 or 3 times tonight, driving a little bit outside their headlights.
But when you have everybody run all the time, that's what happens.
3 on the way for Dwenger. No good. Boucher slaps it out. Dwenger goes and gets it. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice defense by South that time.
But we end up picking the basketball up again. So Martin throws it cross court to Donovan. They find somebody in the corner. It's Royal. 3 on the way.
They're not hitting their threes all of a sudden. Oh, there's a foul on O'Daniel.
And so either O'Daniel or Martin. Martin wants to call the jump ball on O'Daniel, and Palmer kind of got tied up a little bit. They're going to calm those two down before it gets any more chippy. They're going to call a foul on O'Daniel. You're right, Bob. So that is the 4th foul on the Bishop Dwenger Saints. They let them play pretty much, and the first foul on David O'Daniel here in this ball game.
Southside took out Austin Boucher, which is a little surprising, but that'll help Bishop Dwenger. Boucher's got 15 points, but they still got Didier out there.
Well, a little bit of pressure by Dwenger. The Souths having a little bit of trouble with it. They got it trapped at the 10-second line. Get it to Stevens. Stevens throws a lazy one over the top to Palmer. Palmer gets it back. And a foul on the play. They're going to call that probably on Royal. He was backing up faster than anybody. So Sam guilty of that personal foul. That's going to be his 4th.
And that's going to hurt on Sam Royal. He has 11 points. They're going to lose his shooting.
Here comes Austin Burns.
But you almost have to get him out right now because there's still 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Boucher checks in also for Harrison. So
was he out at all? He was out about 10 seconds.
Just enough to get a drink of water and tie a shoe, and here he's back in. And he's almost got a 5-second call. Finally dumps it into Palmer. Palmer throws it way over the top of Mikhail Stevens, who is still in the lineup for Southside. He was an addition to the roster. And tries to dump it off. It's stole by Burns. Burns floats it out. Boucher picks it out of there. He drives, goes to the iron, no good. Gets his own rebound up and in.
That's a ball player. You missed the shot, but nobody boxed him out, and he got his rebound, Kenny.
59-47. And again, the Southside Archers are just hanging out at that 10-second line. Going to go charge into whoever gets it over the line. McKenna to Martin. And Southside now backs up a little bit. So Jack McKenna with the basketball. Find Campbell Donovan. He looks at, flips it to Burns. Burns at the top of the key. Donovan. Handoff. Martin left wing.
Dwenger can't get anything
McKenna
inside at all.
Checks one up downtown. Rattles out. Boy, that was close. Again, that release. But the Bishop Dwenger Saints get down the floor quickly. Didier tried to drive, and he is stopped by McKenna aggressively, but they are throwing that baseball pass. And the Saints have been doing a good job cutting that initial fast break off.
KJ King, a 6'2", senior, is doing a nice job on the boards. He's not real big, but he's got 5 or 6 rebounds.
They give it to Boucher. Boucher tries to dump one inside. Nobody's looking. The Saints pick up the basketball on a foul on the play. The foul's going to go against South Sides. So we get the numbers here. Looks like they'll call that one on Palmer. That is his 3rd of the ball game. And both teams now have 6 fouls for the half. 5:18 on the clock. 59-47. The Archers up by 12.
O'Daniel's on the bench. Dwenger went back to Sam Royal. Dwenger's biggest guy is about 6'3", so that's going to hurt Bishop Dwenger and help Southside.
McKenna dribbles through 2. Gets it to the baseline, drive, put up, block from behind. Easy play.
There's the same play, Kenny.
And Didier, easy bucket.
They do it every time. Dwenger's got to figure that out sometime.
Well, they've actually stopped it pretty well. That time the Southside Archers got out in front of them. They get it into the offensive end of the floor. Martin drives through 1, 2, 3, 4 and blocked from behind. Fouled by Palmer. So he should go to the line for 2 free throws. And the Saints could use them right now. It's 61-47.
Didier has 22 points. And again, he only had 7 in the first quarter. He's got 22. He's having a great ball game now.
First free throws up and short by Colin Martin. Couple lineup changes. Palmer comes out, and let's see who they send in there. Dennis Johnson in, so they're going a little bit not as big. Since O'Daniel's out, and they've got a 14-point lead. It looks like a good time to rest the big guy. Big time lane violation as one of the Southside Archers basically fell into the lane about a second before he released it. KJ King just lost his balance, and that's where he ended up. Now, what's Southside doing here? They got guys going to try and hide him in the corner. He's walked all the way around. Comes back.
You can see why Southside averages about 74 points a game. Their thought is just whatever happens, they get that ball in and down as fast as they can.
Yep. Stevens loses the defender, gets inside, blocked from behind. Tip, rebound ends up in the Saints' hand. It's Martin. He's going to get down the floor.
Nice move by Conlon Martin.
Nobody's slowed him down, puts up the left hand. Here's the baseball pass.
They needed that.
Is on the spot. Stevens spots up for a 3, traveling the call. So, playing just a little ahead of themselves again. Mikhail Stevens down. Michaela and Harrison up for Southside. Martin triggers the basketball into Campbell Donovan, who finds Royal. They're still in the backcourt. And here comes the trap. They're looking to throw it over the top and just ignore it completely. They do.
Nice pass.
Again, just a little bit too much mustard on it. A little high and a little quick. Conlon Martin couldn't quite handle it. Would have been a great play because nobody was guarding the baseline. So Southside has the ball at an 11-point lead, and we are halfway through the fourth quarter, right at 4 minutes. Mausher wrapped around the pass, gets it over the corner to top of the key to King, back to Boucher. Boucher tries to drive, gets inside the lane, kicks it out. Really a slow pass to Harrison. Had to go get it. Whistle stops play. And a timeout is called by the Southside Archers. Let's take a 30-second break ourselves. You're listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Fort Wayne, Columbia City.
He has counted to infinity twice. He once set a land speed record on a surfboard. Bruce Springsteen calls him the boss. He is the most fascinating man alive.
I don't always buy diamonds, but when I do, I prefer Peter Franklin Jewelers. Stay sparkly, my friend.
Our fourth quarter sponsors, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Help support your Catholic parish or school and help yourself in the process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. Call Elevate at 844-230-6611 or visit them online at NotreDameElevate.com to learn more. That's our fourth quarter sponsor, Notre Dame's Federal Credit Union.
3:51 on the clock here in the fourth quarter, 61-50. Southside on top by 11. And they've been running that same play so long, Bob, you can almost call it before the shot is launched from the Dwenger into things. They have the basketball under their own hoop this time. I have to think about how they get it in. They finally do. The curl move into the lane and right back out. Backs out Dennis Johnson. Gives it up to Didier, who finds Boucher. Boucher, I'd guard him out there. My gosh, he's not afraid to jack it up from there. Gives it up to Harrison. Tries to set a pick. Harrison goes the other way. The man-to-man defense for Bishop Dwenger's tight.
Nice hustle by Burns.
Burns got it back in. And looks like Royal slapped it away. Southside retains it again. Didier wide open because of...
I'll tell you, Kenny, he's money. I mean, that kid is just a pure shooter. Between him and Boucher, they're just very good shots.
I just saw the body language of Austin Clark when it went through. He just shook his head like, what more can we do? Gosh. So, into the corner. Campbell Donovan gets it to Royal. Royal over to Clark. Whistle stops play.
And they called something.
Something away from the basketball. And they're going to call that against, Southside on a hold on Dennis Johnson. That is his fourth of the ball game, and he must have had a good grip on Austin Burns because Austin steps up to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Boucher has 17 and Didier has 25.
Missed the front end of the 1-on-1, and the Saints out hustle everybody. Get the basketball back. Royal trailing the play, shoots it short. Rebound Southside. Baseball pass, throws it out of bounds. 2:53 on the clock, and the Archers are still up by 14.
Southside's assistant coach Milton Pruitt, he likes them to run, but when you got almost 3 minutes to go, he did need that pass it off.
Deion Palmer checks back into the lineup. Did not see who had a seat. We'll catch up with that as the game goes. Clark with the basketball guarded by Didier. Finds Royal. Royal steps up, throws a nice baseline pass. That goes back to Martin on the three. Three, no good. Rebound Southside, forward to Boucher. Boucher wraps his arm around somebody, slows things down, gets it to Harrison, back to Boucher. Goes to his right, past the first defender, scoop pass down to Palmer. Palmer loses control of it. He has to hustle and get it back. He's guarded by Clark of all people, and it makes him get rid of it. He gets it across to Didier. Didier back to Boucher, and he's going to go one dribble, go to the top of the key, dump it inside of the right high post. They try to throw it out of bounds. Slapped out of bounds or tipped out of bounds by Austin Burns.
Southside has 9 points this quarter. Bishop Dwenger has 6. 64-50. Southside. Dwenger's really slowing down the pace here.
King triggers it in. Harrison gets it on the baseline, puts it up and in.
King's a very good ball player. He does all the little things.
66-50. Southside up by 16 with 2 minutes to go. Three on the way.
Well, that was everything except in by Donovan.
Yep, and Boucher with the rebound. He's going to try and
that's a charge. Oh, boy, they called it a block.
They sure did.
Oh, it is a charge. Okay.
Yep, they called the charge. That was a no-brainer. And the coach is hollering, but I don't think he's hollering at the referee. I think he's calling his player, who is doing like my dog does when I want him to go outside. He ain't paying any attention to him at all.
Well, and the thing is, that's twice now on Boucher. He's such a good player. Just stop and shoot the little jumper instead of charging like that. He'll learn. He's only a sophomore.
Gets fouled by Harrison way out on the floor. That'll be a two-shot foul. So that gets to 10 fouls for Southside. 66-50 your score. The Archers up by 16. And yeah, that's kind of funny. Boucher knew what he did wrong. Coach Milton was trying to get his attention. He was not looking this way. Martin with a free throw. Short.
He's 1 out of 3 from the foul line, 6 points. Conlon's usually a lot better free throw shooter than this, but he'll make them now, I think.
McKenna in and Sam Royal out for the Saints as the gym is starting to empty out a little bit. Second free throw is on the way. Count it. 66-51. Southside triggers it in quickly into the offensive end of the floor already, and they foul to slow him down. That foul is going to be on to Campbell Donovan. That is the 7th or 8th team foul, so it'll be 1-and-1 for the Southside Archers.
Markalen Hairston has 4 points. He's 0 out of 2 from the foul line.
Campbell Donovan's third foul of the ball game. First free throw is good.
Southside averages 74 points a game, gives up 75. They've scored 67. They've held Dwenger to 51 tonight.
And it rattles around and pops through. So at 145, 68-51 your score. Three on the way, partially blocked by Southside. Rebound South. And foul at the baseline of the other end. See the Burns or Martin. And Southside is just outplaying the Bishop Dwenger Saints here this second half. Back to the free throw line for a 1-on-1. Go the Southside Archers. KJ King going to shoot a couple of free throws.
He's a senior, 6'2", played a good ball game, a good floor game. He's got 6 points, but he is very steady and a good player for Southside.
Missed the front end of a 1-on-1. Rebound Saints. They get it forward to Pettenberg. Pettenberg tries to throw it over the top. Harrison went up there and snagged it, a one-handed.
I don't think you can do that against an athletic team like Southside.
And that certainly took it away. Boucher still having trouble getting it over the timeline. He finally does. He's going to try and just dribble out some time. And he's having trouble with it, and they finally take it away from him, and there's a foul called. And the fans behind us with a little of, let's call it the sarcastic cheer. He was fouled probably 3 times before that. So. But it is 114, and it is 17 points. They're going to let this thing play out just a little bit.
Boucher has 15 points, 2 out of 2 from the foul line. Didn't start tonight and has 15 points, and you can tell he's a heck of a scorer between him and Didier. Whenever you play south side, you got to slow these two down if you want to win.
We're going to bring Royal in and Campbell Donovan out before they shoot even the 1-on-1. And that's the way you do it with the 1-on-1.
20 points for Campbell Donovan. He had a great game.
And throws down the first one. 69-51 your score. 74 ticks of the clock left in this one from Bishop Dwenger High School. Second game of the doubleheader tonight. Second free throw is also good.
19 for Boucher. He doesn't miss free throws.
Roll it down to Pentonburg. Pentonburg tries to throw it to McKenna, and it gets tipped out of bounds. So Southside just has not relented at all defensively. That's pretty much what's won them this ball game.
Kenny, you think the pace that Dwenger's trying to play at might have worn them out because, as you said, Southside's relentless.
Sam Royal on the offensive putback. It didn't go either. Southside gets it down the floor quickly, and we're down to 1:06. They get it down to the baseline. Shot missed by Palmer.
That's
Ball
the
goes
easiest
out of
shot
bounds.
he's going to have all night.
He missed 2 or 3 of them down there, actually. 1 minute even on the clock. Southside retained possession of the basketball underneath their own hoop. Boucher trying to trigger it in. They have to throw it deep to Didier. Didier tries to drive on Pentonburg. Doesn't work. Pentonburg does a good job. Royal trying to pass to the one side. They try to get Harrison and timeout. That's curious. You're up by 19. Timeout by Southside. And let's take a 30-second break ourselves. We're listening to 106.3 FM, WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne.
Here's a money-saving tip from Momper, the #1 name in insulation since 1956. Exposed attic ceiling joists and ductwork, or new snow that quickly melts off your roof, means you need to add insulation. We'll fill empty sidewall cavities with insulation, even through masonry, aluminum, or vinyl siding with no unsightly holes. Plus, we'll seal your crawl space with urethane foam for a total insulation package. Call Momper now for a free, no-obligation energy analysis of your home.
And we're back at Bishop Dwenger High School. 53 seconds on the clock. And the Archers up by 19, and they have the basketball. Interesting play. Tipped out of bounds by Martin. Martin tries to buy the call, pointing his direction as he's running, and he's the one that tipped it out. Didn't quite work. The referee was right there on the spot. So Southside has the ball just 45 feet further away from the basket than they had before. They get it in to Boucher. Boucher heads for the center of the floor. And kind of stop and go move. They're just going to try and burn up the clock. Oh, taken away by Southside. Lost.
Nice pass.
And South picks up by the garbage and puts it up and in.
8 points for Markalen Hairston.
3 on the way by Royal. Oh, no. 3 goes the other way. As Dan Palmer comes out and spotted it about 5 rows up. And you can tell that Southside is sitting right behind us.
Boy, did this game get away from Dwenger. It was 55-44, and now it's 72-51. Southside has outscored Dwenger 17-7 here in the fourth quarter.
Southside clears the bench. So they got 5 new players in. And a 3 on the way from Bishop Dwenger. Count it. That's Zach McKenna with his 3-point shot from straight away. 72-54. Southside throws it over the top, throws it. No, they recovered it. Looked like it was going to go out of bounds. They're going to get it and bring it all the way back in, short and shorter.
Southside's a very good basketball team. It's going to take a good team to beat them this year.
Yep, and they're going to give it up here. It's 1 second to go, and they just held the basketball. Mikhail Stevens with the last possession of the game, and that is your final score, 72-54. The Southside Archers complete the sweep here at Bishop Dwenger High School, with the guys winning 72-54. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll come back with our post-game show and some thoughts, and we'll let you know where we're going to be next week. You're listening to 106.3 FM WRDF, Fort Wayne, Columbia City.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money back to the participating parish or school you care about. Let Notre Dame Federal Credit Union elevate all participating parishes or schools. Elevate can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
Redeemer Radio has one travel sponsor, and that's H&L Electric, specializing in commercial electrical needs for the business community. H&L Electric can handle the smallest to largest projects for your business. Call Pete Henry at 260-357-0123. That's 260-357-0123. And our post-game sponsor, Bishop Lewis High School, Catholic educational community that instills in each student dignity, integrity, respect, and responsibility. Catch the Lewis Spirit at www.bishoplewis.org, and you really don't have to use the www anymore. It's advanced to the point where you don't have to. 72-54, your final score, Southside, with a relatively easy victory. The athleticism and speed of both the girls and the guys really showed up big tonight, Bob.
As we mentioned, Southside averaging 74 points a game. Kenny, pretty consistent, 16 in the first quarter, 17 in the second, 22 in the third, 17 in the fourth. They were led by Trajan Didier, 25 points, and Austin Boucher had 19. So 44 points between two guys. Dwenger had 54 for a team. Campbell Donovan had a great game. He had 20, and Sam Royal 11. But you live by the three, you die by the three. Dwenger just could not play very good defense. You can't hit every three you shoot up. Their rebounding was horrible because when you shoot the three, there was nobody to rebound. Southside's just too athletic, and I think they just wore Dwenger down, don't you?
Yeah, they certainly did. It showed from about the mid-fourth on that Dwenger was tired. Their legs had gone out from underneath them, and the threes were not nearly as close or not going in like they were earlier in the day. So
I would love to see Southside's practice, because I have a hunch all they do is they run, because they're sure in good shape, and they sure like to get up and down the floor.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody with the old classic hands on the knees or tugging the uniform saying, "Coach, take me out." They did a pretty good job tonight. So the Southside Archers, I can't believe that team went on a 7-game losing streak, but they did. 72-54 is your final score, and we will be checking out. We got all our spots in, and
We had a good night.
we are going to be back on air Tuesday night at 6 o'clock, the Bishop Lewis Knights, and I forgot again. Sectional play.
The Lady Knights at Norwell against Belmont.
Belmont, that's right. Thank you, Bob.
And they're the Braves, the Belmont Braves.
I'm glad you got a better memory than me. That'll be Tuesday night. Tip off at 6 o'clock. We'll be hitting the airwaves about 5:55. Thanks for listening, everybody. He's Bob Mers. I'm Kenny Barr. We love these doubleheaders, but it's time to go.
And we'll see you Tuesday. Hopefully we got a lot of sectional basketball next week.
God bless everybody. Have a great night and drive careful.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. We give you thanks, O Lord, for the opportunity.